Hello, I'm Dr. Jigare Panchal, MOT and BOT and occupational therapist. So today's videos will be on arthroplasties and this is part 1. So if we talk about arthroplasty, so generally arthroplasty is the surgical procedure to restore the function of the joint. So joint can be restored by resurfacing the bones. An artificial joint called as a prosthesis or maybe which may also be used. So various types of arthritis may affect the joint. So osteoarthritis or degenerative joint disease is loss of the cartilage or cushion in the joint and is the most common reason of arthroplasty. So if you say that why will someone need about arthroplasty or what is the need for the arthroplasty? So arthroplasty may be used when medical treatment no longer effectively relieve joint pain and disability. So some medical treatments for osteoarthritis may be used before the arthroplasty is included or is conducted. So that the factors are over here I mentioned here, that is anti-inflammatory medications, pain medications, limiting painful activities, assistive devices for walking such as cane, uh, rehabilitation, uh, cortisone injections into a knee joint, uh, viscosupplementation injections to add lubrication in the joint to make joint more movement less painful, weight loss for obese people, and exercise and conditioning. So if you see here that there are lots of factors which are uh, which are taken up by the individual before they go through any kind of arthroplasty or any kind of knee replacement uh, surgery. So the people who have arthroplasty generally have substantial improvement in their joint pain, ability to perform activities and quality of life. So most joint surgery involves the hip and the knee, with the surgery of the ankle, elbow, shoulder and fingers being done less often. So larger joints, basically lower limb joints, are at par for the surgery and for the rehabilitations and medical procedures. So there may be other reasons for the healthcare provider to recommend arthroplasty. So there are certain. I'll be talking in the next part about the specifics of hip arthroplasty and knee arthroplasty. So and further, let's comment about the difference between arthroplasty and joint replacement. So the truth is, I said there is no difference between the two, both the two, arthroplasty and joint replacement therapy. There are some procedures. So the joint replacement therapy is done is, say, one of the most advanced and most successful surgeries performed in industry. However, the term joint replacement can schemes be little freaky, which is why more and more doctors are often using the term arthroplasty instead. So joint replacement is not as invasive as it sounds. In most cases, the surgeon only need to remove and replace a small portion of the joint in a procedure called as partial joint replacement. So, however, this is only after all invasive methods uh, like means the only when all the non-invasive methods like rehabilitation, like pain management, have been exhausted. So today, most arthroplasty procedures are minimally invasive, meaning that only a few small incisions are needed to remove and replace damaged joint materials. So the benefits of modern arthroplasty are less tissue damage from surgery and faster recovery times. So I said there are different types of joint replacements. If you see that with partial joint replacement or arthroplasty is the most common type of replacement therapy. There are other forms that the doctor may recommend depending on the severity of the damage of the joints. The most common forms of arthroplasty are performed on the hips and the knees. So the modern arthroplasty relies heavily on the replacement prosthesis. For example, during a hip replacement surgery, the acetabulum or hip socket and the head of the femur are removed and replaced with metal replicas. The replacement joints are usually made of a ceramic mixture with alumina, zirconia, and titanium. The mixture mimics the weight and the rigidity of bone without risk of allergy reaction that could cause the body to reject the replacement. So the knee is comprised of three different parts: patella, the medial, the lateral. In a partial knee replacement procedure, the doctor will only remove or and replace the affected parts, and not necessarily all the three. Further, in most cases, however, it is better to replace all three parts and reduce the need for further knee surgery. So, also recovery, if you see, depending on whether partial or total replacement, someone can expect to spend between 1 to 4 days recovering in the hospital, and when the person returns to home, he is expected to rest and limit all the physical activities for the next several weeks. So, let's also talk about what are the risks for the arthroplasty. So, as with any surgical procedure, complications can happen. So, some possible complications may include bleeding, infection, blood clots in legs or lungs, loo- loosening of prosthetic parts. So, never means the artificial parts which are being attached. So, nerves and blood vessels in the areas of surgery may be injured. So, this results in weakness or numbness, and the joint pain may not be relieved by surgery, and or complete function may not return. So there may be other risks depending on the specific medical condition. So be sure to discuss any concern with the healthcare provider before the procedure. Further, in the preparation of arthroplasty, the healthcare provider will explain the procedure and offer the chance to ask any questions that the person might have during or before the procedure. Uh, they also ask about the sign of consent and the permission to do it in a full consent manner. In addition to complete medical history, the healthcare provider may perform a complete physical exam to ensure that the health is good uh, for undergoing the procedure, and may undergo blood test and other diagnostic exams. So let the healthcare provider be more sensitive about the your particular allergic patterns to certain medications, to latex, to tape, to anesthetic agents in local or general. Also, he checks about the other medications which already take, which are all taking, about herbal supplements that the person might be taking. Also, need to inform about the to healthcare provider that whether we have a history of bleeding disorders, or if they're taking any anticoagulants, maybe thinning medicines, aspirin, or other medication that affect blood clotting. It may be necessary for us to stop these medications before the procedure. Further, any pregnancy or suspect of pregnancy, any fast for 8 hours or before, uh, because we will be asked to not to eat for 8 hours before the procedure, generally after midnight basically. So the moment we receive the sedative, the procedure is being formed, we are relaxed, and rehabilitation team will also discuss you about procedure and what to do after the uh, surgery and how to take care of it. Further, we'll talk about the what happens during the arthroplasty, how the things are. In the next slide, I'll be giving the example of knee replacement surgery. Also, that what happens during the arthroplasty. So, arthroplasty usually requires a stay in hospital. Procedures may vary depending on the condition and on the healthcare providers' practices. So, arthroplasty may be done while the person is asleep under general anesthesia, while are awake under localized anesthesia. So anesthesiology will be discussing with you in advance our general procedure, like here you will be asked to remove clothing or will be given a gown to wear. An intravenous line may be started on your arm or hand. The person will be positioned in operating table in a manner that provides the best access to the joint being operated. Urinary catheter may be inserted. If there is excess hair at the surgical site, it may be shaved off, and other such medical procedures will be considered. And so this is the basically guidelines, and this is the form in which the arthroplasty will be conducted. But then after the arthroplasty in the hospital, that is after the surgery, the patient will be taken to recovery room for observation. Once the blood pressure, pulse, breathing are stable, then and the person is alert, then the person will be taken to hospital room. Arthroplasty usually is in a hospital stay for several days basically. So it is important to begin moving the new joint after surgery. The rehabilitation team will meet you soon after the surgery and plan an exercise rehabilitation program for you. So for pain will be controlled with certain medications as the person participates in the exercise program also. So they will be given exercise program both during the hospital and even after the discharge. So discharge at home is also very important, because before the patient is being discharged, it is better to evaluate the home conditions. Need to visit to patient's home, the environmental barriers, certain other precautions, other conditions which are present in the home, which are to be considered, which are to be taken care at the time of after the surgery, and to regain the muscle strength and good range of motion, so and endurance. So this is all things to be taken care when the person is being treated with this kind of replacement surgery. Even at home also, it is important to keep the surgical area clean and dry. The healthcare provider will give specific bathing instructions. uh, Stitches or surgical staple will be removed during follow-up, even after the visit. Need to take painkiller, and as per the recommendation, aspirin or certain other pain medicines may increase the chance of bleeding. So need to be sure about the recommended medications. Need to notify the healthcare about certain signs and symptoms if noticed, like fevers or chills, redness, swelling, bleeding, or other drainage from the incision site, increased pain around the incision site, or numbness or tingling of the affected extremity. So also the diet will be the normal as advised by the healthcare provider. Further, there are certain modifications of the home which helps to maintain the recovery, like proper handrails to be installed along all the stairs, safety handrails in the shower or bath, shower bench or chair, raised toilet seat, stable chair with firm seat cushion and firm back with two arms. So this will allow your knees to be positioned lower than your hips. So that is a kind of ergonomical position which helps the person to maneuver during this phase of time. Long handle sponge and shower hose, dressing stick, soak aid, long handles shoe horn, and reaching stick to grab objects, and firm pillows to raise the hips above the knees when sitting. Further, remove of the loose carpet and electrical cords that may cause the person to trip. So these are certain physical modifications at the home, another practical area where the person is actually being maneuvering the things. So further, the test, if anything, which is to be performed will be done. The possible side effects and complications to be checked. risk and benefits of the test and procedure to be explained. Further qualifications of the person, how he is able to understand, what level of understanding does he have, how much he'll be cooperating, how much he'll be following. So that all affirms the recovery pattern of the patient and how it will be performing, how will be the prognosis of the individual on that point of time, how and when the person might get results, who to call after test or procedure if the person has any kind of questions or problems, any alternate tests or procedures to think or about. Uh, so this is all the way in which the hip arthro and knee arthroplasties are to be performed and to be checked in particular pattern. Further, we'll go deeper into the topic and we'll see how it goes. So the joint replacement basically. So here it's a kind of thing that the total joint replacement is surgical procedure in which the parts of arthritic or the damaged joint are removed and replaced with a metallic and plastic or ceramic device called the prosthesis. So this prosthesis is designed to replicate the movement of the normal healthy joint. So hip and knee replacements are the most common performed replacements, joint replacements surgeries. But replacement surgery can be performed on other joints, maybe ankle, wrist, shoulder, or elbow. So if you just see, look at the certain anatomical functions that a joint where where the ends of two or more bones meet. So there are different types of joints within the body. For example, knee is considered as a hinge joint because its ability to bend and straighten like a hinge of the door. Hip joint and shoulder joint are ball and socket joints in which uh, the rounds the rounded ends of the bone fits into a cup-shaped area of the another bone. So thus if we see that there are several conditions can cause joint pain and disability and lead patients to consider joint replacement surgery. So in many cases, joint replace jo- joint pain is caused by damage to cartilage that lines the ends of the bones, that is articular cartilage, either from arthritis or a fracture or another condition. So in non-surgical treatments like medications, rehabilitation, and changes to your everyday activities do not relieve your pain and disability. So the doctor may recommend total joint replacement. So thus, if you say that in a weeks before the surgery, the surgery team and the primary doctor will spend time preparing the person for upcoming procedure, as I just mentioned before, and all the possible investigations are to be performed, the cardiogram, the blood test, everything. Further, there may also be things that need to be prepared. You need to talk to question about certain questions to be prepared. Prepare uh, the person physically all right before the surgery. Had a good meal, and that is all things to be prepared before the surgery and needed during the course of the procedure. So total joint replacement surgery takes a few hours. The procedure is performed in a hospital, outpatient surgery center. During the surgery, the damaged cartilage and the bone is removed from the joint and replaced with prosthetic components made up of metal, plastic, or ceramic. So the prosthesis mimics the shape and the movement of the movement of the natural joint. For example, in an athletic hip, the damaged ball, the end of the femur, is replaced with a metal ball attached into a metal stem that is fitted into the femur. So, and a plastic socket is implemented into the pelvis, placing the damaged socket. So, that's how the things are done. As you can see in this image, which I have shown, that is left hip with osteoarthritis. Right side, the head of the femur and the socket have been replaced with an artificial device. So that's how that things are done. And for the complications, that the doctor actually will explain about all the possible complications and which are very much risky. Potential to risk even can be fatal at some point of time. So the potential risk and the complications of total joint replacement, including including those related to the surgery itself, and those that cure other can cure over time after the surgery. So most complications can be treated successfully. Most of the more common complications of the joint replacement surgery include infection, blood clots, nerve injury, prosthesis problems like loosening or dislocation. Further, if you see, there are certain complications: uh, joint replacement infection, DVT, uh, preventing infection after the joint replacement, preventing blood clots after the orthopedic surgery or orthopedic procedure. So that is how the things are done with the osteoarthritis in this. And we'll be also discussing about certain complications and other parts of it in the later course of time. And there are certain complications which are associated with this. Complications like potential risk and complications or total replacement may include which are related to itself, and those can occur over the time after the surgery. So most of the common complications which are infection, blood clots, nerve injury, and prosthesis problems like loosening or dislocation. So these are the prosthetics which are used in this, which you can show in this figure. And joint replacement infection, deep vein thrombosis, and preventing infection and blood clot after the surgery. So these are the main complications which has to be undertaken and should be considered in this kind of a joint replacement surgery, because when the thrombus is formed and it travels from the lower limb to the head, it can even cause the stroke, which is again a serious condition. So there are chances, and it is in one of the complications for the clot formation and further. I'll be discussing the complications in the next lecture in detail, and also we'll be talking further in the next lecture about the hip and knee arthroplasties. Uh, in the next slide also there is certain pictures related to DVT, and which is also one of the major complication of joint replacement or arthroplasty surgery. So this is a slide related to DVT. So which is the blood clots may form in one of the deep veins of the body, while DVT can occur in any deep vein, and it is most commonly occurs in the veins of pelvis, calf, or the thigh. So this also I'll be discussing later in detail the next class. But DVT or which is a I mean it's a very important condition to consider, because this can happen if a vein becomes damaged or if the blood flow within a vein slows down or stops. So while there are a number of risk factors for the developing DVT, and two of the most common are experiencing an injury to lower body or having surgery that involves your hips or the legs. So I'll be discussing in the next class about the DVT, the definition and how it is, the description about it, causes, complications, and symptoms related to DVT. And I'll be also talking further about joint replacement infection. Same, the descriptions, causes, symptoms, examinations, and even treatment protocols required in the case of joint infection related surgeries. So, in the next class, I'll be talking more about the joint replacement infections. That is one of the complication about DVT, and also we'll be talking about the hip replacement and knee arthroplasty uh, as followed in the following classes. Thank you. And these are the references you can go through for your kind reference. I also mentioned the link over here, the online link, which is also a good site to refer this topic and for further understanding of the arthroplastic conditions. Thank you.